It's been approximately 1 year since the new MSA board has taken over, which has now taken responsibility for MSA National. There's a consensus among students to have a professional board run the Muslim Students Association, and as we've started to become more ingrained within the processes and more ingrained within student life, we've had the opportunity over the last 1 year since we accepted the position to tour the country, discuss issues with students, and try and understand the lay of the land. What we've heard is very interesting. It's become very clear that MSA National is a critical institution for the lifeblood of the Muslim community in North America. We've heard from students that it is critical for them to have a platform to engage and interact and work together, to get to know each other and to develop their own skill sets while impacting the country and the world. We've also heard from many of our pioneers who have started the MSA and established this, that this is a critical institution that has over the years begun to run itself at a ground or grassroots level. Nevertheless, at the national level, where the glue for the entire organization was to reside, there has been a degree of a vacuum of activities. What we've seen now over the last year as we've organized events and conferences, started to re-engage regions, and organize what we describe as the National Student Congress of the MSA, we've seen now that there's tremendous energy and tremendous potential. We're a community which has a tremendous number of students in universities. We're a growing community, we're a young community, and it makes every sense to nurture this organization to help develop the potentials that we see in our community. Every group, every senior Muslim leader that has come to us has reiterated to us the importance of MSA National. As we start to engage and understand all of these issues, it's become blatantly clear that we as a community have to support this process and make this organization something special. It's the lifeblood of our community. It's something which will establish the next generation, and generational change occurs on campuses. Not only for Muslim students, but students all across the world are engaged in ideas and debates and discussions that will shape the future of the world and humanity at large. We make this appeal then to those who are listening to this to take a moment to think about their experiences in university and the effect that the MSA has had in terms of their own lives and your own lives and your own upbringing. One of the things that I think is essential to appeal to is to the heart of what we as a community really want to achieve. If we can take care of this next generation, give it the full attention that it deserves, you can imagine what the future is going to hold for the community, the North American Muslim community, and the world community at large. I think that there's many different things that one can donate to, there's many different projects that one can be involved in, but what is more critical and more important and a higher priority for our Muslim community than to take care of these students? We have over the last year organized, as I said, many different events, and how much more could we do with the proper resources? When one considers the verses of the Quran describing perhaps the most important characteristic of the Muslim community, no doubt the theme of generosity comes up again and again and again. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, مَثَلُ الَّذِينَ يُنْفِقُونَ أَمْوَالَهُمْ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ كَمَثَلِ حَبَّةٍ أَنبَتَتْ سَبْعَ سَنَابِلَ فِي كُلِّ سُنبُلَةٍ مِئَةُ حَبَّةٍ وَاللَّهُ يُضَاعِفُ لِمَن يَشَاءُ وَاللَّهُ وَاسِعٌ عَلِيمٌ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in this verse that those who give for the sake of Allah, that there is a multiplication of their activity and their deeds. By giving, it's like that one kernel of corn that causes the growth of multiple ears of corn. They give multiple kernels and they continue to grow. If with sincerity we put forth our best effort, we put forth our generosity, our iman, our wealth, our resources, and we truly nurture this community, the change that you and I were looking for, it'll happen in this coming generation. So we ask you again to be part of that. We ourselves feel privileged as a board to be responsible for this incredibly important, essential endeavor for our communities. And we hope that you can also see the value and the benefit of this through the work now that's happening across the country. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala open our hearts to do what's best and what's most important for our community. Jazakumullah khairan.